Yeah. Aslah देखिए.
Ich habe mit der Foto. Wir möchten uns als Darsteller von Ihnen verabschieden.
So, finally got to my final destination. I'm in the northwest part of Germany, close to a city called Bielefeld. So I flew from Prague to Düsseldorf, which is only an hour and 15 minutes of flying. From there, I took a train about 2 hours to reach to the city called Bielefeld, where I met my colleagues and we rented a car and drove for another 40 minutes to reach to the client's office. So when I say it's far, it's really far. I'm in the northwest countryside of Germany. But today's Monday and we were already late for work, so we straight went to the office without even getting to the hotel. So I just got back to the hotel after having dinner, and it's been a long day. Ironically, this is my first and last trip of the year. Last year around this time, early December, I traveled to Warsaw for a business trip, and the purpose of that trip was to meet my new team on a project that I was onboarding on. But this time it's for a different purpose. This time I traveled for a project that I've been already working for the past couple of months. I have said this before, most of the time software engineers or anyone working in IT, unless you're in a managerial position making big decisions, you're not traveling that often. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. Blessing in the sense that you can technically work from anywhere at any time. All you need is to have your laptop and an internet connection. It's a curse, you're not invited to that many work trips. But this time the project that I've been working on has a major release coming up, and I'm here to do the testing before it goes to production. Usually you have two types of release to production, either topic based or feature based. So certain topic or feature that's been developed gets released together to production. So this time this release is a topic based one, and the topic that is getting released this time is one that I contributed the most. So I'm here to do the testing of all the user stories and tasks related to that topic before it goes into fully in production. So basically how it works is that you go through all the user stories and tasks related to this one topic or feature, and then you test everything to make sure everything is working. You go through rigorous UAT testing and find out if there are any potential bugs. If there are, you create bugs and assign it to the respective developers, or you try to fix it in the moment. I'm actually super excited to be here because I have never met any of my team members on the project since the beginning, and this is my only chance to meet them. And no matter how much well connected we are with the teams and calls, the idea of meeting people in real life and collaborating in person just hits different. I have never been to this part of Germany, so I'm also excited for that. It's super cold outside, it's -5 and it's also snowing. So I want to show you guys around and what I'm up to in the coming days. But for today, my juice is almost over, so I will talk to you tomorrow. Alright, day 2 of my trip. I just got ready to go to the office. It's almost 8 here, but it's still dark outside. But before I go, a quick hotel tour. You enter, this is the bathroom, and a super small hotel room. There's a couch here. It's bed. I'm just charging my laptop there. I can quickly show the window view even though it's dark. The sun is slowly getting out. The snow is still on top of the cars and roofs. Time for me to go to the office. So just got back to the hotel from the office after dinner, and it's been a long day. A lot of testing, a lot of debugging, a lot of pushing code. But honestly, it was fun, but it was tiring, and it feels really good to be back in the hotel. So usually when you go for business trips or work travels, the main highlight of the trip are the hotels. And the hotel that I'm staying in right now is called Closter Forte, Residence Closter Forte. And like the name says, it's not one of those hotels that has like several floors. It's spread out in a wider area with multiple small buildings, and this is one of the best and main hotels here in this town because it's more like a remote town. And this hotel has like a pond which is frozen at the moment, 2 football courts, 1 tennis court, gym, pool, sauna, all those amenities. And since this town is not so far from Dortmund, a lot of football players has stayed here at this hotel, and they have pictures of most of those players from tennis and football. So they have pictures of all the famous players who have stayed here, including Cristiano Ronaldo, Luis Figo, and multiple other players. And I have not spoken much about the client or the project that I'm working for, and I think they're worth mentioning because it's very interesting what they do, and they're one of a kind company. It's a company called Class, and they basically manufacture and design agricultural machineries. So they build tractors, harvesters, and any machineries related to agriculture. And they have all their offices, including their Techno Park, IT hub, manufacturing, everything in this town. And they're one of the biggest employers of this remote town. And they're very big in the entire world because they're one of the only few companies who does this. So tomorrow, my team and I are actually planning to go to their Techno Park to see a few of their designs and how they came to be, and hopefully I can take you guys with me. But before, speaking of sauna and pool, I should check them out. I couldn't do it all day because of course I'm at the office, so this is the only time I could actually check out the pool and sauna, so I should probably go. Wow, it's snowing like crazy outside. Today midday, all of us got an alert on our phones warning us about heavy snowfall in the town. Since the day I arrived, at some point in the day, it's always snowing. This morning, it started snowing really heavy and it stopped at some point, and now it's snowing again after sunset. Overall, today was an amazing day with the amount of testing and work we managed to get done. And on top of that, we managed to visit Class's Techno Park. It was an amazing experience. Like I said, the company has a lot of history. It was founded back in 1921, so it's been over 100 years now. So we got to see all the latest machineries, the tractors, harvesters, and the history of how the company was founded and the progression of what they first built and how they progressed into coming up with their product line and different types of machines and tools for mainly for agriculture. My colleagues have been to the Techno Park a number of times before me, so they were basically giving me a tour and explaining me about all these different machines. The best part of this tour was finally I could connect the dots about the data that I've been working with over the past few months on this project. So when you deal with data, usually you just see the raw data and you don't know the businesses or the processes behind it. Even though you have an overview of what's going on, you don't exactly know what's the business process like. So when you see these big machines and harvesters, you know what's the sales process like, what are you trying to build for the end customer, and that is such a nice experience. They also tried to make this park very interactive by having different machines that you can interact with. And Class as a company, they not only produce these machines, they're also supplier of some of their parts to other companies as well. And it's also working vice versa. The engines they're using in these harvesters and tractors are from other OEMs, other engine manufacturers like Mercedes. So it's a collaborative process at the end. And this is a place where general public can visit to, this Techno Park. So if you're ever in this part of Germany, make sure you try to visit this place because I think it's actually super cool. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to share my experience here, because I think if I never took this work trip to this part of Germany, this is not a place where you would end up coming to or planning your trip to. So I believe I'm a fortunate person to have this experience. So I wanted to share this here. And you also get to see all these different agriculture machines that otherwise we all take for granted, because in 2023 supply chain is so good to the point that food reaches our plate or the restaurant, we don't even have to think about how things are made, right? So seeing these agriculture products and how the harvesting machines work, it's actually a very good experience. So after the tour, we went back to the office, started working, started doing the testing for the day, and managed to finish quite a lot of work. When the team is in the same room and collaborating each other, it's so much easier to debug and find things together and agree to a solution and do the hot fixes quickly there in the environment. And since I am leaving tomorrow, we had to cover as many topics as possible before this testing session finishes. So tomorrow is my final day here. I'm only working half a day, and then I have to do all the commute back with all modes of transport except on the waters. I will be taking the train back to Düsseldorf. From there I will fly back to Prague. So tomorrow I'll be only working half a day, and then I need to travel back. So I came back to the hotel earlier today, didn't even grab dinner outside. I actually got a takeaway, so I can actually pack all my stuff and rest early, and in the morning check out before I go to the office. So I hope I was able to show what it's like to work as a software engineer, travel to clients, or do a client visit week where you're actually working on something or you're going for a testing session, and also trying to understand and visit clients' different offices and parks to understand their full business. So at the end of the day, when you're working on something, you know what you're working on actually matters, and you're always thinking in an end customer point of view. So hopefully you enjoyed my little vlog, and I will see you back in Prague. Cheers.